All right, so the mid plate is in, the drive shaft is in, it got shortened, and the drive shaft loop is modified and ready to go in. Get those, I'm gonna go ahead and get that in, and then I've got to shim the torque converter, bolt it up, and it's ready to set down and start on wiring. Here we go, we got the wiring down here. I gotta make connectors for that. Drive shaft is in, drive shaft loop. Not exactly sure where I left off. Got the converter is bolted up and spaced. Transmission lines done. I think we're ready to set it down unless I come up with something else that I'm forgetting and start wiring. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. On a bad note, all the supplies and tools that were bought to do the job doesn't seem as if they are going to be here. They're not showing up, they're not coming. So I'm going to do with what I can with what I got for now. I'm gonna go ahead and order whatever I need to finish it. Still got to do some cleaning on the bottom of the center of the car and paint it. As you can see, it's kind of dirty opposed to the back that's all cleaned up, and the front part that's all cleaned up. But that's the underneath of, that is the underneath of the car. So I'm gonna let it down and try to get my head wrapped around it and get to hooking wires up. All right, I cut a couple zip ties off, trying to run down some stuff, figure out what we got going on. In the dash here with the nitrous is where I am wanting to start. Between the nitrous and the coils, I seem to not have any fire, not be able to get it to run or fire. And anytime I turn the ignition on with the these two fuses in right here, which is the solid state relays, the solenoids are just stuck on and I can't get them off at this point. So I'm still messing with that and trying to get my bearings about me of what wire goes where, because we have some wires that are red power, but they're connected to black. And then there's one that was coiled up, and I don't know what else is done like that. So we have black powers in the car, 12 volt power with black wires. So just a quick little view here of what I'm looking at. Here's a set of relays that are for the nitrous overrides, I believe. So I haven't traced all the wires down, but I believe that's what this is set up for, supposedly. And that's kind of where I'm going to start, see what we got going on. All right, I'm back out here with the car. Just spent the last almost hour on the phone with Fuel Tech again, trying to get things figured out. I had set up the crank wheel trigger wheel. I set up the cam sync. I set up everything, and I couldn't get it to fire. Like, it would not fire. So I got on the phone with them and ended up talking with Jacob this time. And we walked through a few things. He runs some tests. We did some data logs, and the damn thing runs. So just to prove it, because this is an exciting moment for me. I'm gonna fire it up so that everybody can hear it, that it actually does run. Leave it run for very long. We still got a wiring nightmare and a long way to go. That was one part of the puzzle being put in place. It does run. Now my two-step is engaged when it's running. Like I said, I've still got a lot of wires to lengthen and get in place and get bundled up, and still a lot to do in here with the nitrous. It's not, it's staying engaged. Anytime that it's powered up, it's turning the solenoids on. So I'm going to work on that now that it runs. I'm going to move on to that and try to figure out in the computer why the two-step is engaged. I think it's probably just a setting in the computer. Do away with this bullshit ass piston. This fucking dude's got all kinds of shit happening here today. Checking in on the wiring, trying to get that lined out and figured out. Getting doing a funny car hoop. Part of the cage. Got Jerry back here with Hill Fabrications. And he is missing me right now because I'm supposed to be holding the other side. So let me get over here. This one's only got two on it. We're gonna splice there, a splice there. This one's only got two splices in it. It is a cylinder head ground. Got a splice here, and then the eyelet. The one on the other side has three splices and an eyelet. It is right here. And it's got one here, one way back there. I will say these ones were put in while I was here because I was trying to get this up. So he just snipped it and then put a little piece of wire in there.
Okay.
There's probably, there's another little tiny one that was done that way.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Ex-
Right here still.
Yeah, this one's like that.
Explain to us non-wiring people why you don't want that. Or people that might not have an idea.
Or connections.
Yeah, it's just breaks in the connection. So, and it's ugly. Right? You got something that's all spliced together. It's good places for anything to fail. Breaks in the wire, so good possibility that it may not transmit. This being ground, transmit a good clean ground. And I'm a non-wiring person, but this is just what I've gathered. I think I'm right. Like, you wire a bunch of stuff, so I'm pretty confident I'm right in that. So, yeah, and I'm sure there's there's people that know a lot more than I do that could probably clarify a lot of that. But yeah, it's rough. That's like, I got this one I know of. This is for the undercar lights back there. This is a power.
That's why.
it's red right there, and then it's connected to black to run to the back of the car. So if there's ever an issue, I mean, anybody that comes in later is going to look at that and think that's a ground, and then they're going to realize that it's power after pulling their hair out. There's also, I don't even see if we can find it here. I got my phone.
You can see.
I ran into this back here. All these black wires right here, if I'm not mistaken. Is that a ground or is that a... Okay, so that's going to a ground post somewhere. Yeah, all these black wires right here, sorry, I grabbed the wrong ones, are going over here to this hot post. They're coming in it right here. So all these right here are hot. Those are hot wires coming over here to all these relays. And then these are grounds coming over here to all the relays.
Chuck with Ontil also sent you some wiring and stuff this week too, didn't you, to help out?
He sent some wires, some connectors, and some heat shrink to try to help out with getting things figured out and fixed up with it. I'm going to be ordering a good bit more. Any of the, all the splices and everything I can. We want it cleaner than that. So we're going to make some changes there. Yeah.
You guys look really busy, so I'm going to let you kind of get back at it.
Yeah. We was kind of going at it pretty good there. And got stopped. But yeah. So that's where we're at. You see where we're at. We got some things dissected here. You can come up here and kind of look around if you want. Know what's going on. This thing's spliced here, spliced there. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this was just all balled up somewhere. Going down there, maybe. There's the one I showed you from over here. So that runs through the intake up to the cylinder head, if I'm not mistaken. And then we go over here. This one is spliced there. Sorry, Caleb. Spliced here. Spliced here. Then an eyelet. It came up to this cylinder head. Injector, or the smart coil wires. Got a splice there, a splice there, a splice there. Each wire has several splices in it. And that's to the smart coils. So plans are is to clean this all up. I'm gonna order the same type of wire that he put in the car originally, and we're gonna order a bunch of different collars and actually collar code everything, do away with a bunch of the splices, redo a lot of it to get rid of that.
Hi everybody. Just want to kind of go over a few things with you. Obviously, the car's not ready to race, as you've seen from the video yet. We've kind of gotten over the whole shock and awe of the wiring situation and trying to move forward with that. Hopefully we'll be testing by the end of April. That is the goal, right?
The goal was to already be testing, but yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully by the end of the April we'll be testing, and then we gotta kind of take the first weekend of May off for something for Allie. So hopefully, I'm thinking May 12th, May 13th, we'll have the car out to an event. Maybe. It's just going to depend on where we're at that point in time. I know Midnight Madness is coming up next weekend on the 22nd.
It won't be ready for that.
It will not be ready for that. It would have been nice, but it's just not going to happen with all the things that kind of took place with it. We may possibly take another car down there and just go down there and blow off some steam, but it would take time away from us working on this and a little bit of funds, but we don't know yet. So we'll keep you posted on that one. Let you know next week's video if we do plan to go down there or not.
Yeah, a lot of it's going to depend on where we're at on this. My hands are kind of tied. I can do a couple things, order a few things, but I was told do not touch the wiring. Do not touch the wiring. They're gonna fix it. So
yeah, CJ had to ask for help, and help is arriving and is coming through with it.
everything is ordered as far as what I know and what they believe all they need. Waiting on things to show up, and I believe they're gonna come over and start. They're gonna do it in sections though. They're not gonna just tear into the whole damn car. It'll be, the engine bay is first on their agenda. They're gonna take all this and straighten everything up, clean it up, rewire everything different. So
Hopefully it will get underway here
yeah,
shortly.
hopefully.
CJ does have a tournament to attend with Allie in Indiana this weekend, so he'll be busy doing that. Jerry with Hill Fabrications coming back out Friday.
Yes, it's coming Friday. We're gonna finish up the funny car hoop, and I'll be able to get the interior back together. But I am gonna coordinate that with Caleb and Joe on the wiring to see if they want me to just leave that shit out, seats and whatnot, seats, carpet, which I'm assuming yes.
I know you guys all want to see us race and the car to be out there and everything, and we do too, more than anybody. We're doing the best we can with what we can. Sorry I'm in glasses today. We mentioned before a month ago we mentioned before a month ago that Darren's health wasn't so good, and we thought it was getting better. Well, unfortunately, it's kind of taken a turn, and it's kind of wearing us all out a little bit. We're doing the best we can with it, but every day's different. So it is taking
its toll on her more so.
Yeah.
She's the one that stays up all night with him and sleeps with him and all that.
Yeah, he's missed about a good month and a half, almost 2 months now of school, and I'm trying to juggle work in there with him. And so that's too why last week's video quality might not have been the greatest.
She wore out.
You were the one videoing that one, dear.
Oh,
yeah.
I probably didn't clean the
It was a little
lens.
fuzzy and the sound was a little off, but you got a video, so that's the best we can do. Big announcement was posted on Facebook this week. Gangster's Paradise at Brown County Dragway. Yep. We did get invited for that. We've locked in for that. That is at the end of June, beginning of July. We hope the car is doing great by then. And if we can get into War in the Woods earlier that month, if anything else, use it as a test session to prepare for Gangster's Paradise. It'll just depend on where the car is and if we can get into the lock-in for that.
For anybody that don't know what the Gangster's Paradise race is, please look it up. It's Jeff Thomas's who's putting it on. Gangster's Paradise is, there's 50 of probably the baddest teams, crews, cars in the United States that is in it, and there's a wait list a mile long for others.
Yeah, there is an exception. I think there are a few cars that aren't on it that, well deserve to be on it, but you can only put so many people into a race. So,
and just to put it out there, it depends on where this thing is at, because we're going to have to be on our best behavior, top of our game to be competitive there. The engine tune's going to have to be right, the nitrous tune's going to have to be right, the suspension's going to have to be right, and this is where I wrecked at.
Yeah, so it's kind of full circle coming along.
Yeah.
And I will be able to attend this one because Allie does not have homecoming or a prom that date, so we should be good.
I don't have any fears of the place. I'm not afraid to go back to it. I do want to go back to it just to prove that I can make it down it without wrecking. but it wasn't nothing that I did. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It wasn't nothing I did that caused the wreck. So it wasn't nothing that the track did. It was a parts failure of something that probably nobody ever checks, honestly. Like, who would have thunk that would have broke? But we will be back there. Hopefully we're on point and ready for the race. That's the goal. And then as many before that as I can get in, I want to be in. But things just have to line up first. The wiring has to be done. And once the wiring's done, like realistically, we could probably just start beating on it, have the alignment done and everything, and go.
Yeah.
Or not, I don't know about go race, but I mean, I'll take it out on the street and start doing stuff just to shake shit down. I personally would rather go out on the street and try things before making a trip to the track, because it's entry, fuel, I mean, everything. If something's going to fail, I would rather do it right out here on a country road where it didn't just cost, $400. So we'll probably be on the street before a track.
Yeah, and we keep mentioning cost. It is important for us, with us both being, average day workers, because every penny that he spends, sometimes I have to compensate for the family stuff, or the hotel stuff for Allie, for volleyball. Yeah. And I've not been working a whole lot because of things with Darren. Yes. So I'm not getting paid a whole lot. So it's tax season and it's property taxes. And I'm like, what do we do? So we've been trying our best to be creative with that. And a lot of that has been the waffles to help, put the money into the car instead of taking away from the family side of things. And we appreciate you all getting in those raffles. So again,
giveaways, however
you want to order. And we do have a big active one right now, which is the
transmission 4L80E.
Yes, and we have a video up on the Raggedy Ann Facebook page on all the contents and what that details. We have added incentives, correct? So first place drawing gets the transmission.
It's four ways to win. First place transmission, second place 300, or second draw.
Yeah.
First draw, second draw, third draw 200, and fourth draw is
a tote bag. I'll have to put it in the video. But a tote bag you get a hoodie, a t-shirt, and a hat, whatever size you wear. All of the pools are well over the $40 entry that you would pay. We had $100 spots for $40 each. I think we have 80 spots left at this point in time. So if it's something you think you might want to help us out, or you want to be in the entry for the transmission, you could always resell the transmission. You could win cash. You could win apparel.
Definitely get a lot more $40 out of the transmission.
Yeah.
And who doesn't know somebody? Even Ford guys know somebody with an LS that would like to have a 4L80, or cut the bell housing off of it and put it behind a small block Ford or something like that and go drive.
Yeah. Or you can add,
the options are unlimited,
upgrades with it for a little bit of extra cash, or
whatever. You can have that thing built to handle whatever kind of power you want.
Yeah.
And only have an initial investment of $40 in it.
So like I said, that's active on the Raggedy Ann Facebook page. So if you're interested in that, if you need help finding it, just message in the message comments, and we'll do our best to help get you there, get you the information you need. If you don't have Facebook and you want in on it, just make a comment. We'll try to help you out with it.
Yeah, we try to have all the comments on the original post, but with this one, it seems to be taking a long time to get full. We just want to keep it legit and everybody be able to see everything that's happening.
Yeah.
So however we have to do that, whether we screenshot it and post it on there, I would like everybody to see that it's legit and there's no bullshit going on.
Yep.
This is the builder of this one is the one building the transmission for her car. Hopefully we'll see in the near future. Hopefully it will be ready and we'll be able to get it in the car, and everybody will see how that goes with probably the installation, the tuning of it, the dynoing, you know, whatever goes on within that will all be, everybody will see that.
Yeah, and once this one's filled up, then we can move on to another bigger waffle, which could be parts.
Well, it will definitely be parts. It's just what kind of parts?
Or
Try
a
to-
vehicle that we need to get rid of out here
Yeah, we'll
that
see.
I'd like to not to mow around. So, but in order to do that, it takes time away from this. So,
Yeah, I got work to do to that.
yeah. So, coming in the near future.
Near future. I want something that's universal for everybody. And I feel like I've got something in mind to try. But I have to reach out and make sure that can happen.
Yeah.
So
That's kind of it for now. Hopefully the next video won't be as long getting out. Maybe we can get it out a little sooner than the wait that we've had for this
Right.
one. So we've been really busy, like I said, with Darren and trying to keep up work, and the whole redoing the wiring thing
I just
had us for a
figure
loop.
things out.
Yep, for sure. So keep watching. What was that?
Stay tuned, motherfuckers.
It's
Shit.
about to get real.
Shit's about to happen.
We're either gonna break
It's close.
shit or something.
Or not. Hopefully not break shit. So
So see you soon.